Are you curious about the latest developments in Ethereum scaling? Well, today we're going to quickly compare two titans in the scaling solution industry, Polygon and Arbitrum. We'll see how they both square up in terms of their tech, tokens, unique features, and other metrics. A great place to start is to look at the team background behind these two projects. Polygon was founded in 2017 and was still known as Matic Network at the time. Meanwhile, Off-Chain Labs, the company behind Arbitrum, was founded sometime in 2018, and both projects took around 3 years for their mainnet to go live. Polygon is spearheaded by a team with software engineering and product management backgrounds, while Arbitrum is led by a computer science professor as well as a couple of software engineers. Polygon was then the most popular Ethereum scaling solution by TVL, but Arbitrum was closing in the distance fast. But more on that later. For now, let's focus on how the projects differ from each other technology-wise. Perhaps the biggest difference between the two projects is how they scale Ethereum. Polygon's flagship product, the Polygon POS sidechain, as the name suggests, scales transactions on the Ethereum network by running alongside it. Simply put, Polygon handles Ethereum's transactions on a separate Ethereum-compatible blockchain, but is linked to Ethereum via a process known as checkpointing, which is basically posting information about Polygon's transactions on Ethereum's mainnet. Transactions are only finalized on Polygon once these checkpoints are posted on Ethereum, and in this way, Polygon can benefit from Ethereum's security by having historical records of transactions that can be compared. What about speed? Polygon achieves speeds of up to 7,000 transactions per second. Arbitrum, on the other hand, processes around 40,000 TPS. It does this through the use of optimistic rollup scaling technology, which allows it to execute transactions on its chain and roll them up into one transaction to be recorded on the Ethereum mainnet. The solution is built on top of the base layer of the main chain, such that it can leverage the L1's underlying security mechanisms while conducting transactions on a separate layer. Speaking of building on Ethereum, here is a quick shout out to our sponsor for this video, Undead's Metaverse, which is a AAA zombie-themed MMORPG survival game which unfolds in a post-apocalyptic metaverse built on Ethereum. Currently, the project is offering bonus incentives to reward those jumping into the ecosystem early. Players can head over to their website and mint now to get a bunch of extra perks such as Antidote NFT, access to a private Discord server, and a chance to win a cashback on your mint costs, an extra 1.1 ETH, and an Undead's merch box, all for the very reasonable minting cost of $140 at the time of shooting. Scroll down to our description box and click on the link to start minting. All right, let's get back to the video. The main difference between sidechains and rollups is that sidechains exist as separate blockchains and operate independently, but have mechanisms such as bridges and checkpointing to link it back to the base chain. This means that sidechains use their own consensus algorithm and so do not inherit Ethereum's security. Rollups, like Arbitrum, on the other hand, are designed to handle transactions off the mainnet, but are still rooted to and rely on the consensus mechanism and thus security of the main chain. Therefore, for example, if you have coins on an L2, your assets can always be converted into assets on the main chain as long as the underlying chain, in this case Ethereum, continues working. However, assets on a side chain can get compromised independently without the underlying chain being affected. Let's now look at some numbers comparing the two, starting with the total value locked. Arbitrum is currently the leading scaling solution for Ethereum in terms of TVL with over 2.2 billion locked, followed by Polygon with over 1.12 billion locked. Polygon had previously held the top position for a while, and it wasn't until the end of last year that Arbitrum took the #1 position. A huge chunk of Arbitrum's TVL can be attributed to the popularity of GMX, the DEX, which has over $500 million locked, and other protocols like Radiant, Uniswap, and Aave, each with over 100 million locked. The most popular platform on Polygon is Aave, with over 300 million locked. DEXs like QuickSwap and Balancer each have over 100 million locked. That said, Polygon still reigns supreme in terms of the number of protocols on its chain and active daily users. According to DeFi Llama, the scaling solution has 360 DeFi protocols on its chain, compared to Arbitrum's 263, and over 300,000 active users, compared to Arbitrum's 150,000. Both projects have native tokens. Polygon has Matic, which is used to secure and pay network fees, and Arbitrum has Arb, which is solely used for governance, since the network still uses ETH for fees. Each of them has a maximum supply of 10 billion tokens, with over 9 billion Matic already in circulation, compared to Arbitrum's 1.27 billion Arb. Matic's market cap sits at around 10 billion, while Arb sits at roughly 2.1 billion. They have different token allocations and supply schedules, which you can get a clearer picture of on our website in the new tokenomics section. Moving on. Let's catch up with some of the latest developments from each project. Remember how we said Polygon's main product is a sidechain? Well, in July last year, the Polygon zkevm was announced, which is Polygon's new scaling solution.
To scale Ethereum, we need a solution that increases speed and reduces cost.
It uses zero-knowledge rollups to scale, and according to the team, is notable compared to several other competing zk rollup projects, as it will be EVM equivalent. The testnet of the scaling solution went live last year, and the beta version of the mainnet went live in March this year. It promises faster and cheaper transactions while maintaining Ethereum's compatibility and security. Polygon has also been making some significant strides in terms of brand partnerships, landing deals with big names like Meta, Disney, Coca-Cola, Reddit, Adidas, Adobe, and NFL, just to name a few. Meanwhile, Arbitrum has also been pushing new developments, such as its Nitro implementation, which drastically reduced fees, or its recent Arbitrum Nova chain, which is catered to social and gaming use cases. Arbitrum also finally conducted its highly anticipated airdrop this year, just a few days prior to Polygon's zkevm's beta launch. This officially marked the conversion of Arbitrum into a DAO, which would allow holders to vote on the protocol's key decisions. To wrap things up, both Polygon and Arbitrum offer innovative scaling solutions that aim to improve the efficiency and affordability of transactions on the Ethereum network. Polygon is the more mature scaling solution of the two, as it has been around for longer and is still ahead in terms of the number of dApps deployed and network activity. However, Arbitrum, being the relatively new kid on the block, surpassing both Polygon and other L2s in TVL, isn't a feat to dismiss. And it's worth noting that L2s which inherit Ethereum's security are generally considered to be the path for scaling Ethereum in the long term. With both projects working on new products such as Polygon zero-knowledge EVM or the recent Arbitrum Nova chain, it's clear that these scaling solutions are playing an important role in the Ethereum ecosystem and will continue to be a focus of development and innovation in the years to come. Speaking of which, watch this video to find out more on the recent developments from Arbitrum and what comes next after its airdrop.